guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time stopping by, my name's Heather. Today I'm excited to share with you a book haul. I feel like I haven't shared a book haul in a couple of months. I've kind of been on a book buying ban, but I did find some books on eBay that I'm super excited about, and I got them all for $2 each, which even makes me happier. And this is what I will be reading this fall, along with a book that I've already shared with you. So I'm going to start with that first because I don't want to go into like explaining this book again when I already have. So if you love books, make sure to check out the description box and I will link all my previous book hauls, especially if you're interested in the first book I'm going to share with you. If you've not yet subscribed, please take a minute to do that before you leave today. I would love to have you a part of my family. I do share Disney content. Obviously this is a Disney channel, but I love sharing a little bit of everything. I do lifestyle, book hauls, shopping, grocery hauls, Hobby Lobby, you name it, Dollar Tree. I just tried to throw in a little bit everything because I'm not just one-sided. I love many things, and although I do like the primary fix to be on Disney, I love sharing so many things. So I would love to have you a part of my family and hang out with me at least one day a week. So I appreciate y'all being here, and I'm just gonna get started. And the very first book, like I said, I've shared in a previous book haul, is this Imaginary Friend. It's got like 706 pages. Have not picked it up yet, but I definitely want to read it this October fall season. I'm a little behind in my fall reading, so I really need to catch up, and I'm hoping that I can read this one. The font is so small in this book, so small, so hopefully I can get through it without getting a headache, but if not, I'll just move on to something else for the time being and maybe come back to it later. It's pretty lengthy to have to read something that small, but I definitely want to read this. And again, this will be linked in a playlist below where I read the inside cover to you guys. So this is the first one I'm going to try to read. And I know I'm probably being super ambitious trying to read 4 books before like mid-November, but I don't know. I feel like I can do it, but I also feel like you set yourself up to fail when you put that pressure of like, I'm gonna read these 4 books in a certain amount of time, because I always set up my Goodreads challenge for the year and I always fail. And I'm actually on target right now, so hopefully I can keep up that good stride going and actually make my goal this year. The next 3 books I did get off eBay, and I got them for $2 each. And these were all recommendations by Mina over at Book Skywalker. I will leave her channel below if you are interested in book vlogs and just amazing book reviews and things like that. I absolutely enjoy her, and you also may know her if you are a fan of the Disney Damsels. She was the other half of the Disney Damsels with Rowan. So if you loved her there, you're gonna love her over on the Book Skywalker channel. And like I said, all of these recommendations are things I've either seen her post on her channel or on Instagram, and they are all thrillers, so I'm excited about it. I do love reading thrillers. And the very first one is from Ruth Ware and is The Turn of the Key. And this one actually came from a library, and like this was like what, 2019 or something? This is a $30 book, and it was already at the library, and then they sold it from the library. So that's insane. I was so happy to have that. So she is the New York Times bestselling author, The Woman in Cabin 10. I've never read anything from her, but I'm very excited to do that. It has great reviews. I was trying to think, I don't have my glasses on, so hopefully I can read the inside of this for you. But she was The Woman in Cabin 10, The Lion Game, and in a dark wood. Oh my gosh, we're not gonna make it. And so apparently this is her 5th novel, so that's great. When Rowan Kane stumbles across the ad, she's looking for something else completely, but it seems too good an opportunity to miss, a live-in nanny post with a staggeringly generous salary. And when she arrives at Heatherbury House, she is smitten by the luxurious, smart home fitted out with the modern conveniences, by the beautiful Scottish Highlands, and by this picture-perfect family. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with a child dead and herself in prison awaiting trial for murder. Writing to her lawyer from prison, she struggles to explain the unraveling events that led to her incarceration. It wasn't just the constant surveillance from the camera installed around the house, or the malfunctioning technology that woke the house with booming music, or turned the lights off at the worst possible time. It wasn't just the girls who turned out to be far cry from the immaculately behaved children she met at her interview. It wasn't even the way she was left alone for weeks at a time, with no adults around apart from the handyman Jack Grant. It was everything. She knows she's made mistakes. She admits that she lied to obtain the post, and that her behavior toward the children wasn't always ideal. She's not innocent by any means, but she maintains she's not guilty, at least not of murder, which means someone else is. Full of spellbinding menace and told in Ruth Ware's signature suspenseful style, The Turn of the Key is a unput-downable thriller from the Agatha Christie of our time. So I don't know how I feel about a child's death in a book, or murder, or whatever. I don't feel great about that. I really want to see how the story unravels and really who did this and how she got blamed for it. So I'm in for that. Super excited. The next one is from New York Times bestseller, Riley Sager, and that is Lock Every Door. And on the front it has a quote from Ruth Ware, and it says, "Move over Rosemary's Baby. Urban paranoia has a deliciously gothic new address." So this is based, if I'm not mistaken, on an apartment building. It is. Okay, so I will read you the inside of that. I am just, woo, these is so bright. Such a bright, like, hot pink, dayglow pink, whatever you want to call that, cover. No visitors, no night spent away from the apartment, no disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. These are only rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter in the Bartholomew, one of Manhattan's most glamorous and secretive buildings. Recently heartbroken and plain broke, Jules is captivated by the splendor of her surroundings and accepts the terms, ready to leave her past life behind. As she gets to know the residents and staff of the Bartholomew, Jules finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter Ingrid, who comfortingly reminds her of her sister who vanished 8 years ago. When Ingrid confides that the Bartholomew is not what it seems and that dark history hidden beneath its gleaming facade is starting to frighten her, Jules brushes it off as a harmless ghost story. Until the next day when Ingrid disappears. Searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance, Jules digs deeper into the Bartholomew's sordid past and the mysteries kept within its walls. What she discovers pits Jules against the clock as she races to unmask a killer, expose the building's hidden secrets, and escape a dream apartment that has quickly turned into a nightmare. This book feels very reminiscent of a movie that I've seen, and I know this was published in 2019, so there's no way that it has, been a movie yet, but I'm really, really excited to read this. This is really, really exciting to me. It does have the author of Goosebumps on the back, and I just think that's really cool that she gave that some praise. It says it's her favorite thriller of the year, so it's amazing. It says, the Bartholomew is an apartment building of terrifying secrets. You'll find startling twists and alarming surprises down every dark hallway. It's too late to lock the doors. The horror is already inside. My favorite thriller of the year. So R.L. Stine, the author of Goosebumps, gave that a great review. I'm here for it. Let me know what you guys think. The very last one has me so excited. I had no idea that this was the same author of a TV series that we binge watched on Hulu a while back, and that was Wayward Pines. So apparently Blake Crouch wrote Wayward Pines before it became the TV series, and he was also the author of Dark Matter. This font is driving me crazy. But yes, he also wrote Dark Matter, and this one is also a thriller, obviously. And let's see when this one came out. I really should have worn my glasses. This one came out in 2016, so it is a little bit older, and this is a first edition copy. Are you happy with your life? Those are the last words Jason Desson hears before the masked abductor knocks him unconscious, before he is awakened to find himself strapped to a gurney surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits. Before a man Jason's never met smiles down at him and says, "Welcome back, my friend." In this world he's woken up to, Jason's life is not one that he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son was never born, and Jason is not an ordinary college physics professor, but a celebrated genius who has achieved something remarkable, something impossible. Is it this life or the others that's the dream? And even if the home he remembers is real, how can Jason possibly make it back to the family he loves? The answers lie in a journey more wondrous and horrifying than anything he could have imagined, one that will force him to confront the darkest parts of himself, even as he battles a terrifying, seemingly unbeatable foe. From the author of the best-selling Wayward Pines trilogy, Dark Matter is a brilliantly plotted tale that is at once sweeping and intimate, mind-bendingly strange, and profoundly human, a relentlessly surprising science fiction thriller about choices, paths not taken, and how far we'll go to claim the lives we dream of. So this feels like it's going to be more like a psychological thriller which sometimes I can't get into that much, but knowing how much I loved the very first season of Wayward Pines, didn't really like the second season all that much, loved the first one. So I feel like I'll be able to connect with his style of writing based on that. Well, that is all that is on my fall reading list. I hope to finish these all before the Thanksgiving weekend, because then I start wanting to read more Christmas-based things, and quite frankly, I spend a lot of time watching Hallmark. So I don't do a ton of reading. I really limit my Christmas time reading to more devotions and things that are smaller, quicker reads than that. So let me know what is on your fall reading list. Have you read any of these? Would you like to read any of these? I'm just really excited to talk books with you guys. Again, if you've missed any of my book hauls and you're interested at all, I will leave them in the description for you guys to check out at your leisure. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope your day is blessed, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.